Hello everyone, it's Karma here doing what I do best, talking about TV. I am super excited because fall TV is here and I have waited so long. You guys know how much I love TV. Where would this channel be without television? So the movie reviews are on hold for right now and we're back in full function with television. And what kind of YouTuber would I be if I were not to review some of the new shows coming out on TV? So the first show I'm going to be reviewing is Vampire Diaries. Okay, so the show stars Paul Wesley, who was in one of my favorite miniseries called The Fallen, Nina Dobrev, who was in Degrassi as Mia, and Ian Somerhalder, who was in a few episodes of Smallville and Lost, I think. So I'm just going to get right into it and start recapping it in case you missed it. Maybe it's something you want to watch. So there are two kids driving, a boy and a girl driving in a car, a lot like the beginning of True Blood, not trying to throw that comparison out there, but come on. And they get attacked by a vampire, basically. Then we get introduced to Elena, who is played by Nina Dobrev, and she lost her parents. She lost her parents a few months ago, living with her aunt. She has a brother. They're going to high school. She's writing in a diary saying that what she's gonna do when everybody asks her if she's okay, how's she doing. They keep running into a crow, her and her friend, who claims she's psychic because her family was, and she turns out she really is. There is a new student in town who is a vampire. For those of you who don't know, his name is Stefan, and he keeps kind of running into Elena, kind of like, I hate to compare again, but kind of like Twilight. They just keep bumping into each other. All of the girls are just fawning over him because he's a hottie. Who wouldn't be? So Elena goes to the cemetery to write in her diary, and fog starts rolling in, and she sees this crow. So she runs, she trips, and she falls because that's just what girls do in television shows. And who is there when she falls? Stefan. And his spider senses start kind of tingling, and he's like, are you injured? And her leg is. I guess it's not really spider senses as he can probably smell the blood. Gross, but he's a vampire, so gotta get over that. He starts getting all veiny and his eyes do something weird, which means something's wrong. And later on we find out that's kind of what he does when his brother is in town. So, she invites him later on to go to like this bar where all the kids hang out, I don't know what you want to call it. And he basically explains that he lives with his uncle. But we find out later that his uncle is really his nephew, and that Stefan is the uncle because he's a vampire, so he probably had family way back in the day, and then, it all trickled down. He's writing a diary, and there's a picture of a girl named Catherine, who looks exactly like Elena, so it's safe to say that they are distant relatives, and that's kind of why he's in town. Let's see, they go to a party, and a big party outside, there's drinking and fire and perfect mix, right? Nothing's bound to happen. And this girl gets attacked by a vampire, but she doesn't die. And Stefan goes back to his house. And who does he find there? Hello, Damon. Damon is his brother, the vampire, played by Ian Somerhalder. And this is where I find the show gets really interesting and is really set apart from other TV shows in that he has a brother. I haven't really seen that in other shows. They have like brothers, but not, I'm assuming they are blood brothers, which is really cool. And you can tell it's yin to yang, Bill, Eric, light, dark, like Stefan is good, Damon is bad. And it's safe to say that they hate each other. They get into a fight, and long story short, there's this ring, and I'm assuming that the ring that they each wear allows them to walk during the daylight, because Damon hinted, he said, sunrise is coming, you need your ring. And I thought that was also a really cool twist on the show, because they don't just have to film at night, but I'm not sure if that's the reason, because in the beginning when he came in, it was cloudy outside, so I'm not sure if that's really what it is. Basically, there's a big, like, montage at the end of things happening. The fray is playing, because what would a show be without the fray at the end? And Elena invites, like, Stefan in to talk. And that's the end of the show. It was good. Like I said, I like the dynamic of the brother vampires. And I also found that with vampire shows, I have to kind of get the rules of vampires. Like, for example, in True Blood, if someone creates you, they're called your maker. But in Buffy, it's called the sire, and there's certain things like in Buffy/Angel, vampires don't have souls, and there's all of this zigzag to go through. So the rules that I have so far is that he has super hearing, Stefan does. He has to be invited in to the house. That's always a rule in every show, which I think is awesome. That's the only continuity with these vampires. And he can glamour, because he glamored the school secretary. So that's what I have so far. My list will be growing as the season goes on. And I'll keep you guys notified of any additions to my list. So yeah, it was a good show. I don't know if it has potential. I don't want to use that word. The creators of Smallville said something a long time ago, and it kind of made me think. They said, when we create a show, we have to think about, can this show go for 100 episodes? And I'm sitting here looking at Vampire Diaries, and I'm like, can it go for 100? I don't know, but prove me wrong. I haven't read the books, so maybe the books have a lot of plotline that's going to be added. But it was good for a pilot. It was in no way a bad pilot. So I give it like a B, B minus. I think you guys should watch it and then see where you want to go from there. I can't highly recommend it, but I can't also diss it either and like be like the show's gonna get canceled next week. So that's it. I hope you guys liked this review and this recap in case you missed it. Rate, comment, and subscribe because I'm gonna have tons of TV videos up in the next few months. And tell me what you thought about Vampire Diaries, and I will see you soon. Bye!